Hey you guys, hey I Choose Fit. I thought I was just thinking a lot about this during my workout, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you on motivation. This was, I listened to a podcast yesterday about this same topic, and it's just been playing through my mind, not only getting determined now, but just thinking like where I've come from and what brought that determination. And I want to share those thoughts with you that I took away from this podcast. So I want you to get out a piece of paper, right? If you're watching the rebroadcast of this, pause this right now. If you're watching it live, go quick. Just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down these questions so that you can go through and you can answer these, okay? I want you to think about why you're here. Why did you join this group? Why did you get involved with this plan? Why did you invest in me as your coach and you with these programs and Shakeology? All right, I want to know why you're here. So write down these questions. Number one, what is it that you want to accomplish? What is it you want to accomplish? Number two, what are your goals? What are your goals? Number three, what's motivating you? Number four, what do you want? What is it that you really want? Right? Dig deep. Peel back the layers of that onion, right? We've talked about that before. Peel back those layers, right? So I can tell you when it came to my health and fitness, what I really wanted at first was to feel good in my clothes. I had 2 pairs of pants that I felt like I could wear to work. I walked into my closet every day. It makes me still emotional. And just felt crappy, right? Like I didn't have anything to wear. I didn't look good in anything. I felt embarrassed and thought somebody's gonna take note that I'm wearing the same pants and the same shirts to work every day. But at the same time, I didn't want to go out and buy new clothes because I just was angry about that I would need to go buy a bigger size. I didn't want to have to do that, right? So I told myself I wanted to change, right? So I would go to Pinterest, I would go to the library, I would get some workout DVDs, I did some things at home. I got the little book for Weight Watchers about how many calories and points are in everything. And, I would do really good for like a week of putting this plan together and trying to make some progress, but the habits never really stuck for me, right? It never really was something that I could do long term. So I eventually just came to this, I told myself, you know what, I just can't lose this weight. At the time, I'd had 4 kids. I said, I guess this is just what a mom's body looks like. There's no way to lose this 20 pounds. That's just what happened when you have kids. And I'm just gonna have to accept the me, that's me right now, for what I am. And I was just gonna give up. I was just gonna be okay with staying unhappy with who I was, right? And then I saw some things happen that really kind of changed my mindset, right? Number one, I saw my husband dive into this plan, the 21-day fix, and just how much energy he was gaining, how happy he was to go play with our kids, right? That he was making progress, being the same age as me, right? Being as busy as me, working a lot of hours, and I saw him make progress and be happier for that, right? The second was my kids. I saw them start to adopt the habits that I was ashamed of having. Always asking for dessert after dinner. I saw one of my kids sneak snacks into their room and eat them late at night where nobody knew about it. Right, that was me. And I just started thinking, man, I gotta make some adjustments because this is like hurting my life. Like this is making me so sad and to not feel confident about myself, and I don't want to pass those things on to my kids, right? And they were probably passed on to me, right? Just some of those habits and emotional things that we do, and I just wanted to stop that trend, right? So from that day, the determination set in, right? It wasn't that I wanted to be successful, but I had a driving reason to be successful. And I was going to go in and do it. And you know why? Because it wasn't just about losing weight. It wasn't just about looking better on the outside. All of a sudden I had something inside that wanted to change and a deep-rooted desire to do so. So you guys, it's not just about being here and showing up and going through the motions. You know, there's some people that'll do the same things as some other people and they'll get great results, and some people won't. And it all comes down to that determination, right? That desire, that deep-rooted desire to succeed. Here's the three things that you need to really develop that determination, okay? So number one, you must have a really powerful emotional reason why you're doing this, right? You have to tie it to something that drives you. It wasn't enough for me to just walk into my closet and say, God, I want something to wear that day. It was enough for me to say, I don't want my daughter to be like me when she has 5 kids, right? I want her to be happy and feel good about her body and have the right habits so that she does stay healthier, right? I wanted that. You've got to peel back that onion of why you want to lose weight, why you want to get healthier, what you want to gain from that, and really make it emotional. Make tears come out of your eyes when you think about that thing, right? That's number one. Number two, you've got to continue to have that mindset at all costs, right? You've got to have that desire to push through all the bumps that are going to come along in the road, right? Like for me, I tend to be a perfectionist, and for me, when I mess up, it was like crushing to me, right? It was crushing to me, and I would tell myself, man, I guess I just can't do it, or I'm no good at this, or somebody else is better, you know, they have more willpower than I do. And I had to drop that, right? And it meant I had to drop a little bit of my pride and to allow myself to grow through mistakes. Grow through mistakes, right? Because we're all going to make them and have hiccups in the road. You're not going to be perfect at this. You don't even know what you're doing maybe at first, right? You don't know what's going to work, what's not going to work. And just because something doesn't work for you doesn't mean that you give up. It means you use that information to go find what is going to work for you, right? You've got to allow yourself to grow through this experience, right? It's not about being perfect, you guys. It's about growing through that, right? Building on that to make sure that you are progressing. Write that word down right now. Progress. I'm here to make progress, right? That will help you to define what success means to you, to have that progress, right? There's no perfect sleep, there's no perfect diet, there's no perfect anything. We just make progress, okay? So allow yourself to do that and adopt the mindset that no matter what, you're gonna keep going. You just don't give up. You might slip down and have to come back up, but you don't give up. You don't give up. Number 3, you need to know what it's going to take, right? What needs to change in your life? What are you going to do to put it all together? You've got to do some research, you guys. That's why I'm such a big advocate of knowledge, of gathering knowledge, listening to podcasts, reading good books, reading books that help you to understand what you're doing with your health, with your nutrition, with your confidence, right? Because knowledge is power. It brings motivation. It helps you to understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why you're going through the things that you're going, why you feel an urge to eat when you have certain emotions and things like that, right? Once you understand that, you can help yourself to make progress. So you've got to be a student. You've got to move forward, and you've got to know what it takes, and you've got to know what your obstacles are, and you've got to have a plan for how you're going to overcome those obstacles when they come to you, right? And do it. So I want you to make a list of things that will help you to do this, right? Will help you to know what it's going to take. Write a list right now. What's it going to take for you to do that? For me, I had to make a commitment to stop eating after 7 p.m. If I stop eating and I don't eat after 7 p.m., my headache problems go away. My nutrition stays on track, right? If I allow myself to do that. I had to tell myself no ice cream in the house, right? And definitely no ice cream Sundays right before bed. I had to be more reasonable at lunchtime. I had to make sure that I was eating good food. When I was working, I was taking clients out to lunch every day. Instead of just eating whatever I wanted to, I had to start making smarter choices. I had to say no to some things and yes to some other things that would help me make better decisions. I had to incorporate more vegetables and less time in the pantry, right? Less time getting those bars and those crackers and those chips that are easy to grab. I had to start getting some things ready and meal planning so I felt good, like I had options available. Those are things that were on my list that I had to do, that I still have to do to maintain and to make progress. So get out that list. What is it for you, right? What are those things for you that you need to do, and make that. Put your pen to paper, and you guys know everything that you need. If you implement those 3 steps, your determination is going to be sky high. You're going to have the right reasons for being here. You're going to have so much fun making progress. You're going to celebrate those opportunities when you fall down, because it's an opportunity for you to learn and to get back up. And you're going to really learn to love yourself through this process of becoming, right? I believe in you. Now you need to believe in you. Go take this information, get strong, go into today strong to finish out this year. Don't wait. Don't wait for January. Don't say it's okay to let yourself go down a path that you really don't want to go down just for the sake of feeling like you don't have the determination. Find that driving reason and do it together. Okay, you guys, I want to hear, what's your driving reason, right? Think about that. And I'd love for you to share that in the comments below.